Okay, welcome back to Global Environment. We've been talking about our fuel resources and that we might have trouble keeping production going, and we need that to keep our way of life going. Now, a lot of people have pinned their hopes on efficiency, and we've seen that efficiency hasn't really improved, but what if we did? What if we were able to build more efficient technology? Surely that would help us. We'd be able to make it. Okay, there's a problem with that. There's actually two problems. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is called Jevons paradox. Now, Stanley Jevons was an early economist. He's one of the founders of neoclassical economics, and he was alive in Britain in the 1800s when the Industrial Revolution was going on. And Britain was becoming very wealthy because of coal. And Britain was concerned about their coal supply. They wanted to know how long that would last because they thought they should start planning for its decline because it contributed so much to the wealth of the country. So they hired Jevons to look into the coal question. And he went all around Britain measuring coal seams and trying to figure out how long the coal will last. And he came back and he said, you know, that I've measured it and there's this much coal and I think it'll last, I think he said something like 100 years or so. Now, he was a good scientist, and what he wanted to do was have some kind of silver lining to his work. So he said, look, if we build more efficient steam engines, the coal will last longer. Makes sense, right? He also wanted to go back and see if anyone else had done this research. And he found that people had done this research. They had done predictions on how long coal would last. And surprisingly, they all came up with the same number because at the same time, more efficient steam engines had been built. So you see what I mean? The technology was becoming more efficient, but these studies all had the same numbers. Why is that? Well, let's think about it. And Jevons was able to think about it critically. And what he found is that when people had built more efficient steam engines, they became cheaper to use. So people built more and used them more. So any savings you had from efficiency was wiped out by increased use. And that's called Jevons paradox. And you know, you might not expect that. You think we become more efficient, we have savings, but we generally use that up. If you had a business, for example, and you put in lighting that was fuel efficient, you know, fuel efficient lighting and heating, you would have money, you would save money. You would probably reinvest that in your company. And again, reinvesting that, as we've seen, increases the economy, it increases fuel use. It's a kind of rebound effect. So we have to keep that under consideration. It doesn't mean that efficiency is bad, but what it means is efficiency alone isn't really a great option. All right, I'll see you next time on Global Environment, and we'll talk about a related issue called maximum power that feeds into this idea of efficiency. So I'll see you next time.